Hi, Leo. Welcome to your end of December. No, November. I'm getting ahead of myself. 2022. Tarot update. It's Raina here. I'm recording this on Thanksgiving, which is an American holiday. But, I've already had my Trader Joe's vegan roast, so I'm good to go. Okay. Here we are. You know what? I'm going to pick an additional card just because it's a nice card, but it doesn't really express what I'm looking for. Okay, that was the card I was looking for, was the Empress. The Five of Pentacles is another card I don't end on. It's not that I don't end on the Four of Swords. It's a pleasant card, but I just want its more oomph. The heart of the matter is the Two of Cups. So when I have this card as the heart of the matter, what I am intending for that position to be is what is on your heart at this time? What is, something you might be dealing with? And this is a card of reunion. This is a card, for some people, of commitment. So they are with someone, but they're not sure if they want to make that person their significant other. And there might be good reason not to, by the way. It's not like, oh, you should and you have commitment issues. And another possibility is, I don't know, forgiveness, I think, can be part of the Two of Cups. But like reconciliation, but actually a reunion, meaning that you go back to someone or that somebody wants you to come back to them. And that's another one where it might be a good thing, but it might not be. And you can't get caught up in the romantic notion of like, oh, this person, they can't live without me. And, then it makes you do something where if you really were to think about it, you'd say, well, wait, we already split up and there was a reason we split up. What has changed? In the past position is the Eight of Cups. And you can see, even if you don't know what this card represents, is that somebody is walking away. And the moon is right there. So the moon represents the intuitive side of us, the emotional side of us. And this card, the Eight of Cups, is a card of leaving what no longer fulfills you. And this can be in any area of life. Because of the nature of the Two of Cups in this center piece position, I'm assuming that this is leaving a relationship that doesn't fulfill you. And it can be, the Eight of Cups can be a card of spiritual, of walking the spiritual path, but there's another term. But, you could also say just like a spiritual awakening, a spiritual pilgrimage that you're going on. It doesn't mean like for a specific destination, but maybe you have decided, I am spending a certain amount of time alone. And the two, or just walking away from something that is not fulfilling you and maybe walking towards somebody else, like the Two of Cups suggests, is that person. But this is why I'm saying that if you are already in a relationship and you're thinking about going back to another relationship, if you are feeling that you're having a spiritual awakening, you may come to the conclusion that you need to just be alone, not just be going from one relationship to the other, even if the other one might be more fulfilling. Maybe you just need that time and space. Take some space from everything so that you can listen to your heart in a quiet room where there's nobody placing demands on you. The higher message is the Seven of Pentacles. This is the Farmer's card. This is about the wait and see approach. So it's like, okay, I've invested in something and now it's time to see if I'm going to get my payoff, if I'm going to have my harvest. And this applies to relationships. And this is like, for instance, if you have been dating someone and they have proposed to you, or they have said, hey, let's live together, and you're not sure if it's premature for that kind of thing, if you've only known that person several months, or even if it's a year and you feel like you still need time to make such an important decision, the Seven of Pentacles can either be saying, you have invested enough time, and if you still don't feel that it's yielding the kind of results that you're looking for, then that gives you your answer right there. Or that you need to devote more time. The Seven of Pentacles urges patience in what you're dealing with. What crosses you is the King of Cups, and this could be the person that you are leaving. Perhaps this is somebody who has been manipulative with you and tried to make you feel guilty for leaving. The king can also be the father. So if you had a father who operated like that, used emotions as a weapon, and so that kind of set up a pattern for you to kind of find it hard to commit, find it hard to trust, or if this is the person that you're with, you have to be able to recognize this in order to make the right decision. Whenever there's a 2 in a prominent place in the reading, it can indicate that the person has to make a decision. And in order to make a good decision, you have to be looking at things realistically. What is coming in is a 7 of Wands. This is about standing your ground. So you see that this person is in a defensive posture. It's like they're fending off an attack. Even if you're in a situation where that's not literally happening, it could be like very subtle weaponry. And again, going back to the King of Cups, sometimes people guilt others into submission, make them feel obligated, as if just because they have been in a relationship that they owe it to somebody to stay in that situation or whatnot. And it's important for you to be able to discern this and not allow yourself to be manipulated. It's not easy sometimes because Leo is a very loving person, and you tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, and you may believe that you have to defend yourself from, and I do think that there might be some reason that you have to defend yourself, but not in a outwardly defensive way. I would say more in a quiet assurance within yourself that you know yourself, and you're not, your heart. You're not going to allow anyone to try to put something on you that isn't what you're all about. The outcome card, and I did pick 2 clarification cards, is the 4 of Swords. This kind of goes back to what I was speaking on earlier about taking space, resting. This may be actual recuperating from something. And if this is like related to a relationship, then it can be suggesting that you have been involved in some kind of a relationship that has taken its toll on you, maybe even physically, like drained you energetically, which might have produced physical symptoms like fatigue and things, even, obviously physical fatigue, but even mental fatigue or mental fog. Sometimes when people, yeah, like what do they call that? A psychic attack. And I think sometimes these occur because other people, that's why I was talking about with this card, they can latch onto us at a very subtle level and try to control us in that way. Now, they may not even know that they are capable of this, but it's really, I think in order for that to happen, we have to give permission and we have to play into that. I don't think that it's a done deal that if somebody tries to do these things that we are just helpless to it. So also with the number 4 is connected to the planet Saturn. And so I see this as the ordering of our thoughts. And this is about, getting your head straight, so to speak. So whatever that means to you, this can be speaking about those things. So I picked 2 additional cards because I'm not going to end on this card either. The 4, the 5, I should have just ended with the 4 of Swords. There's nothing wrong with that card. And not to say that there's anything wrong with the 5 of Pentacles, but this is a card of lack consciousness. Some of what this means for some of you, Leo is known as a confident sign, but it hasn't escaped my awareness that Leos can sometimes get involved in love affairs or love relationships that are not necessarily healthy. And I have spoken out about the aspect of lust and how Leo is to me, a very high, a lot of times having a high sex drive. Now, I'm not going to say that that is necessarily true 100% of the time, although Madonna, if you remember, had a book called Sex, so maybe, and she's a Leo, so maybe I'm not too off the mark. But in any case, I say this about certain signs like Leo and Aries and Taurus, and I think that the problem is that it can get you into situations where you and the other party are really feeding off of each other. You're not really nourishing each other. And there is this mutually, it can be very debasing as a result because there isn't that sense of seeing the other person on many different levels. So if you have been involved with people, and with the 5 of Pentacles, this could be based out of fear of being alone and not being wanted, not being given attention. That's big with Leo. Then you could settle for less. And I would say too, with this, with the 5 of Pentacles, it can also be ignoring the spiritual and spending too much time focused on the material. The yellow that you see around that card is connected to the 3rd chakra, which is about power, which is about things that are connected with the lower chakras of control and power and things like that. And but there's also the symbolism of gold being worthwhile. So it could be something that you have to value. And it's supposed to be like a stained glass window. So it's like, are you seeing the material more than the spiritual? And then I picked the last one I picked was the Empress, and this is connected to Taurus and Libra through the planet Venus. So that can be love, and even motherhood is another aspect of this. So if these are things that are important to you, I'm not going to say motherhood for everybody, obviously, but love, if that is the end game, then are you doing something that is taking you there? Is this choice that you may have to make? Is this something that is a real choice? Is it really going to lead you to something higher, or is this kind of a false choice? And is it based on fear? Is it based on lack? So that's how I would categorize that, because the Empress is about love, creativity, and abundance. And yeah, and also the, the Five of Pentacles, we can call it poverty consciousness. When somebody is too focused on the physical that they neglect other valuable aspects of something. So feeling unfulfilled in a job but afraid to walk away because it pays well, or being in a relationship with somebody, wanting love but afraid to leave because you're afraid that nothing else will come along, or maybe you have a nice lifestyle and you're afraid you're going to lose that, these kinds of things. So anyway, Leo, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double readings, which are an hour of natal chart analysis and an hour of transits for a special price. That's called my deep dive reading, and I have other readings available, and you can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.